Go.
Speech number 3, nursing shortage. Who's really paying the costs? Here's my audience. I plan to start working on a nursing degree this fall at the University of Louisville. I'm thrilled to start working towards my career goals. Nursing is a challenging but very rewarding career. However, in today's economy, hospitals are trying to cut back on budget and they have decreased the number of nurses that they are keeping staff. This has placed a great burden on the nurses. And the negative impact that it has on the nurses still employed and the patients is devastating. The number one concern should always be the patient. Since the nurses are forced to carry a heavier workload, it has cut back on the patient and nurse face time. Sometimes those few extra minutes make all the difference. With each minute being so crucial, nurses have found themselves slacking on some very important things. Now, I interviewed 2 nurses, Lindsay Kendall, an LPN at Harrison Health and Rehab in Gordon, Indiana, and Ashley Scott, an RN at Hard Memorial in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. And they both agreed on several issues they deal with on a daily basis due to being short-staffed and the heavy workload that they have to carry. Passing meds, not caring for the dressings properly, not giving baths as often as they should or rushing through them, and changing bed linens only when they are soiled. Now, sadly, these things have the potential to lead to nosocomial infections, which is a hospital-acquired infection. And this is very unfortunate to the patients, and nurses don't choose to do this, but they don't have enough time in their shift or enough help to accomplish everything. Working long hours and being short-staffed has taken its toll on the nurses. Oftentimes, they go without lunch, they are unable to use the bathroom, and are unable to take breaks. The nurses are physically and mentally exhausted. And this inevitably influences the performance, which leads to mistakes. And sadly, these mistakes have led to many lawsuits, which have cost the hospital a lot of money. Now, nurses' professionalism is also influenced. They have become grumpy because of lack of sleep, the inability to take a lunch break, to take a bathroom break, and their temper is on edge. This is unfair to the patient and the nurse. They are slowly losing their bedside manner, which is crucial in the healthcare field. Now, not only are the nurses and the patients at risk, but the hospitals are at risk too. Being pressed for time, nurses have found themselves slacking on documentation. Things like filling out charts and their forms fully and completely. And hospitals are the ones that are going to be held liable for these slip-ups. Now, the real question is, who is saving the money? The real question is, how much money is the hospital really saving, and at what cost? The adverse effects that are so evident are no doubt going to cost the hospital more money than they initially set out to save. The whole situation truly amazes me because the solution is crystal clear: staff more nurses. With the changes that could be implemented into the hospital setting, the patients could receive the quality care they deserve, and the nurses could feel true satisfaction in their job instead of the dread and hatred that more and more nurses are feeling today. Thanks.